Well, I want to spend a little bit of time with you here on Instagram Live, and there are 4 words I want to offer to you in a relatively short time together today. The first word is consistency. The second word is sustainability. The third word is authenticity. And the fourth word is mortality. And I think those 4 words are going to give us a little bit of a grounding on how to increase our creativity, productivity, and our performance as we navigate the world that we're in right now. I'm going to get right into it. I want to thank everyone who has already joined this Instagram Live. I won't be on here that long, and let's get right into it. So consistency. It's not what you do once every year that's most valuable. It's what you do every single day. And it's interesting to me how many people want the benefits and rewards of world class without doing the things that world class requires. I'd offer it to you this way. That which is hardest to do is generally that which is most valuable to do. Yes, joining the 5 a.m. club, not easy, but over time it becomes easy, incredibly valuable. Being graceful under pressure, not easy, incredibly valuable. Leaving each person that you meet better than you find them, not always easy, incredibly valuable. Pushing yourself to do work that represents your magic, not easy, incredibly valuable. Staying in a relationship through the easy times, through the hard times. Showing up for that person through thick or thin. Believing in someone else in that relationship. Not easy, incredibly valuable. That which is hardest to do is that which is most valuable to do. So the first word of this Instagram Live is consistency. I remember one of my favorite people who used to attend my live events. It was probably the 20th event that he'd attended. And he came over to me and he said, "Robin, I have a compliment." And I said, "What?" "I'd love to hear it." And he said, "Robin, you're really consistent." And I was a little bit hurt. You've been to 20 of my events, I thought. And all you can say is I'm consistent? Consistent? That doesn't sound very good. And as I've matured, I understand the grace of his comment. How many people are consistent? They're consistent with their values, consistent with their focus, consistent with their integrity, consistent with their morning routine, consistent with their pre-sleep ritual, consistent in their values, consistent in the way they follow their vision and their Mount Everest. Second word, sustainability. Sustainability. Getting to world-class performance is not easy. But the real game of the icons is sustaining world-class performance. Very hard to be world champion. Very hard to be BIW, best in world. Even harder to stay there for years or a decade or a career. That's what makes an icon. And that's why there's so few Mick Jaggers. There's so few Shakespeares. There's so few Apples. So few Starbucks. There's so few Jordans. Sustainability, it's the second word of this Instagram Live, and it's a really important word. How can I sustain my championship title? Which brings with it an associated idea, which is when you are most successful, you're most vulnerable. When you're at the top, it's easy to drink your own Kool-Aid. It's easy to fall in love with your own way of being. The thing about a champion is she never thinks like a champion. She always thinks like a beginner. The thing about a master, he never thinks like a master. He always thinks like an amateur. So sustainability, not only getting to the apex of your field, but then staying there That's what makes legendary. Not losing the fire in your belly, not getting sick, not slipping on your training regime, continually learning, continually growing, continually protecting your hope and your fire in your belly so that you sustain it. That's pretty hard to do, isn't it? Third word of this Instagram Live is authenticity. In a world of so much social media, what we all see are many people behaving like everyone else. I don't think they're people, they just might be sheeple. You don't want to be a cyber zombie. The greatest of all human betrayals is the betrayal of your true self. I'm in writing mode, you can tell. If you've been following my Instagram, or if you're on my email list, and if you want to get on it, you can go to rshar.ma. But you probably know I'm on month number 11 of this new book I'm working on. And it is like a war. It is like a marathon for me. I mean, I just came off about 9 days locked pretty much in a room, fasting, and just sitting there forcing myself to polish the manuscript. Authenticity. It's about doing what's important to you. I want this new book to be the single best book I've ever released. I want it to serve you. I want it to be like a piece of magic in your hands that helps you upgrade the way you play and the way you live your life and the way you serve the world. Authenticity. It means leaving the crowd, having the wisdom and courage to trust yourself, whether it's what you want to do for a living, whether it's your values, whether it's getting off social media so you never see me anymore here on Instagram Live because you're depleted. I don't know what authenticity means to you, but it's about being true to yourself. It's about living by your values. It's about wearing the clothes that are right to you, even if everyone laughs at you. It's about talking in the way that you want to talk versus talking in the cool way. I see a lot of people in the professions, they talk in jargon. You know, I used to be a lawyer. You talk like a lawyer. You got to use these big words. It's not really authentic. Take off the social mask. Be yourself. People will fall in love with you. Fourth and final word of this Instagram Live is mortality. We do not know how long we get to live. Each one of us ends up in the same place as a pile of dust. Some of us will check out today. Some of us will check out in 80 years. Maybe 100 years. Yes, I have a lot of babies who watch me on Instagram Live. For some reason, they resonate with my message as well. All joking aside, life is short. It's really powerful to reconnect with your own mortality on a consistent basis. And I think that's one of the values of the pandemic. A lot of suffering, a lot of volatility, a lot of people are hurting. I've done my best to be of as much service as possible. Starting in March, I think it was April, I released the War Measures Manual and all the Instagram Lives I was doing when things were really, really intense. Now, in a lot of places, we're in the second wave. Good news is a vaccine is around the corner, it looks like. So it's been hard, and we're all facing a form of collective trauma given what happened to the world. And having said that, think about the lotus. The lotus is one of the most beautiful of all flowers, and it prospers in the hardest of places. And that's what it means to be a leader. That's what it means to be human, to prosper in the hardest of places. And there are benefits to the pandemic. I mean, I've written most of this book during the pandemic. I was grounded from getting on airplanes and giving keynotes and traveling and doing all the things I usually do. It gave me the space to work on this book like I've never worked on a book. I think another one of the benefits of the pandemic is it's connected a lot of us to what's most important. And it's connected us to our mortality. And hopefully it's reminded us of the importance of family, the importance of connection and unification with other people, the importance of us being more just to our fellow brothers and sisters on this family, on this little planet. I think it's really powerful to consider your death, and I don't think that's a depressing thing. I think it's a realistic thing, and I think it's an inspirational thing. So the words were consistency, sustainability, authenticity, and mortality. And you know, when you think about your mortality, more and more you'll realize a life lived for yourself is a very meek life. And no matter what you do, whether you're a teacher or you're a nurse or a doctor or a firefighter or an astronaut or an entrepreneur, maybe you're a CEO, maybe you're a philanthropist or a humanitarian or a movement maker, it's really important to, while you enjoy your life and build a great life for you and your family, be of use to the world. Be of use to the world, no matter what you do. You know, there's no such thing as someone with a unimportant job in the world. All labor has incredible dignity, doesn't it? It's how we do it. Do we do it with excellence, a commitment towards mastery? Do we do it with love and honor and pride, even if everyone around us is operating at mediocrity? Do we come from a place of service, or do we come from a place of selflessness? And the great paradox is, when you live for others, you're the one who gets most of the happiness. Okay, where are we from here? Camaro, big fan, love your writings. Thanks a lot, Camaro. Ajaz, idol. I'm no idol. Not even an American idol. Not that I'm... Aditya, best self-development books, thank you. Alexei, nice hat. Yes, I bought it in Rome. And I've tried to find another one, and I haven't been able to find another one. Pranace is from Panama. Buenos dias. Naresh is from India, big fan. Alicia, how are you, Alicia, from Sweden? I can't wait to get to Stockholm again and walk the old town, where I've had dinner in that little restaurant that has the candle lights. You probably know it, Alicia. It's a little restaurant in the old town of Stockholm that has candle lights in the window. I love it. Sames is from Sri Lanka. I miss Sri Lanka. I was in Colombo a number of years ago for an event at the Cinnamon Grand Hotel, and we had a great time. Moon is from Los Angeles. I miss Los Angeles a lot too. I was in Los Angeles a lot this last year, and what a great vibe the city has. Okay, Cal says, love to join the 5 a.m. club. Do it. Elia Carter, you're from LA as well. It's such a fine, wonderful, creative city. I mean, some of the most creative people in the world are there. Oh, you're from Kajasmira. Sorry I apologize if I'm not pronouncing your name. You're from Sweden as well. Renee is from Poland. We have Oman in the Instagram room right now. We have Venezuela. You know, there's some hard times in Venezuela now, and I want to thank all my readers and followers from Venezuela. I have been in Caracas a number of times, and I've always loved the people and the culture and the energy of Venezuela. Gio asks, when am I coming to England? Oh, I'm usually in London every couple of months. So as soon as it's safe to be on an airplane again, I'll be back in London, walking Soho. Well, it says my connection is a little weak. Someone's asking about the Titan Summit. You know what? I don't do it anymore. I said last year would be my last December was the final Titan Summit, and we are flooded by requests. When will you do the next Titan Summit? We didn't make it to it. We want to be there. I'm not doing the Titan Summit anymore. Last year was the final Titan Summit, and I've moved on to new projects that I'll be announcing over the next number of months, but I won't be doing the Titan Summit again. What I'm living and breathing right now is the new book. And I'm curious, how many of you are excited about getting my new book in your hands? It will be released sometime in 2021. And I have put my heart and soul in this book. It is a memoir. I have pictures of my childhood in this book. There is philosophy. There's a lot about productivity and heroism and all the things I've been talking about for so many years, making your mark on the world and leading without a title. So I think it's great. Thanks everyone for all the feedback on the new book. I got to tell you, looking at all the encouragement here on Instagram has been really meaningful to me. And when I've been really tired or really just like I don't want to look at the manuscript anymore. When I see all the people who want to read it and all the encouragement, it means a lot. So we have Reza from Iran. By the way, I do want to mention the 5 a.m. Club book that is currently in Iran is not a legal copy. So I want all my Persian readers to know that. I don't want to get into it too much, but that book is not a legal copy and it's being published improperly. So not a good thing. From Texas, hello. Oh, Kenya, Mastura. Let me read your comment here. A Kenyan here living in Italy. Fantastic. My mom was born in Nairobi and I've done a lot of presentations in Nairobi. So Sao Paulo, Brazil. So, it looks like Simone. Turkey. Turkey. Every time I touch, changed your life thanks to the 5 a.m. Club in Peru. Wonderful. All right, Latvia. I was in Riga last November. I love Latvia and the Baltics so much. Look, you are all wonderful. I hope those 4 words of consistency, sustainability, authenticity, and mortality will provoke you to be even more philosophical and upgrade your performance and your impact. Of course, you don't have to work all the time, right? If you've read the 5 a.m. Club, the twin cycles of elite performance, there's a period to work hard and there's a period to recover and play. Last thing I would say, 2 things. If you haven't read the 5 a.m. Club, it's one of the best-selling books in the world right now through the pandemic for a reason. People are finding it absolutely life-changing. And people are loving the audiobook. They're loving the audiobook. So go to Audible, read the audio, or listen to the 5 a.m. Club today, or order the book. I spent 4 years on it. It will serve you incredibly well. Second thing I will say, if you look at my profile here on Instagram, I'm giving you the complete audiobook, not 5 minutes, not an hour, the complete audiobook to the Greatness Guide. And I really want you to have it because that book has helped so many millions of people. So go to my profile here on Instagram and you'll see the link. Click on the link and you'll be able to find full access to the Greatness Guide audiobook before my team takes it down to put something else up. You do not want to miss this. And I'll just say thanks a lot for following me. I'm doing my best here, trying to work really hard on this new book. And I can't wait till it's safe to be on airplanes again and travel. And I hopefully will be in your city or in your country in 2021. And I just want to keep on helping and serving and hopefully doing a great job of inspiring and helping you become the leader and the hero that you're meant to be. I really care very much about you, and I want to thank you for the privilege of permitting me to do what I do for so many years, and I want to wish you and your family well. And I haven't been on Instagram Live,